Okay, so when this is the raw data, when the raw data comes, you just do a quick analysis. So this is the raw data of the sellout of our products against the competitors. So I just did, I use this, the item code, that's the unique one, but I can even use barcode, but I like using the item CD. Okay, and then I just do a quick analysis of the item codes and then the sum of quantity and the sum of value sold. Okay, these are different branches. So, for example, this is maybe the Nairobi branch, Mombasa branch, Kisumu, Nakuru, and so on and so forth. But that's another separate analysis that I will need to make later. So actually right now, the only analysis I need to make for each category. Okay, what is first of all our market share? What is the total sales for that month? Now that previous month, and then what is the analysis of our sellout in terms of the sizes and the SKUs? Okay, so now this is up to November. So now the data, the deck data just came. Okay, so first of all, I just have a lookup and then insert them here. I like using XLOOKUP, even though I keep calling it VLOOKUP. So XLOOKUP, and that's why XLOOKUP that the B3 is that the item code, and then to insert just the deck data. Once I do that, and then so now I do the analysis even of the percentage, basically just duplicating this. It will come in handy later, and then now the totals. That's basically the last month, the year to date last month, plus now the year to date now. This is the December, and that's so on. So what I do, I have basically made one pivot table and then duplicated it depending on the various items and parameters that I need to analyze. So, for example, this I have first of all analyzed in terms of that particular category. What was the previous month's total? Now what is the December quantity and the December value? It's the same. It's the same pivot table, but I've just now duplicated it. So now in the second, I need to see in that previous month what was our market share. So basically, I just also mark. I just remove the November data, and then so now we're analyzing. Then I mark the ones, and then I need to express them as a percentage to see our market share. And then I need to, just in case there. Okay, so you see we are even out of the last month. We didn't make any sales on that regard in this particular category, so we are even out. Okay, so then the boss can see clearly that we need to perform well on scrubbers, perform better. And then so now this, I remove the total that the total was for up to November, so I remove, and then now insert the new total product that I just calculated, and then I also need to sort them in terms of descending totals. Descending, and then I just need to perform a quick data validation. 41,921. Okay, so the 41,921, 41,921. Then similarly, the next category is for scrubbers. Similarly, and just remove the November and then insert the deck ones. Remove the November, insert the deck ones. Express them as a percentage to see the market share. Sort in terms of descending brands, in terms of the descending brands in terms of the descending deck values, some of deck values. Okay, and then remove the total and then insert the deck quantity and the year-to-date totals. Express them as descending totals. That's it. Do the data validation 5454. That's it. And then so now there is also another analysis that I do. So this is the analysis. I also do the manufacturer sales trends. So for example, this was not here. So the deck data just came. So I also insert the deck data, remove the total for the up to November, and then insert the deck, and then insert the now total up to, which is this. Okay, up to date, and then express, and then so now the total I even calculated using just using a calculated field. So let's say I want to now Jan to date. This is what I did. Jan to date total, which was basically just Jan to November total sales plus the deck sales deck value. Okay, and then I duplicate it. So now the duplicate I'll use it to calculate also the market share, and then mark them both. After I do that, and then so now I do the data designing where I just did to make it colorful. Okay, talking of colorful, how do I even make now this to be more colorful? Okay, so I can as well remove that. I use Control F. So for example, I want to sum of the quantity. I wanted to just say total quantity. Total quantity. So total quantity, and I need it to be in the format where it's right aligned. So I can choose a format from cell. I think this is the one that's no, it's not. Let me just define my own format. What the hell is going on? And then the fill I need to be that one, and then the font I need to build, and then the alignment I need to be right aligned, right indented. Okay. Okay. And so now when I do the Control F, it will automatically everything. There are almost 21 rows. I mean 21 categories. 22. As you've seen. And then this I need it to say just quantity. Also. And then there is also just quantity now percent. So now I just replace quantity part. Okay. And then also now this I need to just say deck. Place on. This sum of Jan deck quantity and total quantity. I need it to just say total. Yes, total. Okay, and then also let me just reformat this right quick. Out. So some I've no the black blue fill. And then there's no place on. Okay, and then some of these are also still not aligned. I don't know why, but when I think my computer hangs. When I usually refresh, it does away with the design that I've made. For example, on the font, on the indentation, on the bold. For example, this match. Okay, all these are I think okay. And then so now lastly this value, it should say just the value. Still the same the same format of indentation and bolding, and then it should say total value. total value replace all done. I think that's all done. And then I just use Alt HY to just align everything. And first of all, you also need to change the date. So now this it will say November, so I needed to say so everything that we replace November. So now update the headings to now maybe the 2025 full year. This I don't need it to be those bold, so I just clear that format. And then so now when I replace, to replace everything and also the date. Okay, so the date, so it needs to be 090, delete 6, Isaac Agumba, replace, done. So then I do the Alt HI to just align everything and ensure that no text is cut. So this one I can just manually do that. It is doing that because of that. And then these two, let me just also bring it just inward a little bit, and then that too. And then so now I've inserted the page breaks between each. After each new. After each, we inserted that page break there. What? Move page breaks. Why is it not removing? Move page break. Okay, it's removed. Okay. So after each category and analysis, I've inserted the page break. So when I print, the data looks very cute, you see. That's it.